Lucky you guys get to hear me talk for 11.5 minutes. I'll try not to bore you too much. Well, for those of you that are following along and notice I haven't made too many videos lately, if you watched my video yesterday, you'll know that it's been crazy for me. It's been a heck of a season. We went through a 9+ week drought here, so a lot of my lawns got backed way off. A lot of lawn care companies around here just beat the hell out of them lawns, mowed them every week. And I don't get it. Some of the guys I know that own lawn care companies have owned them for 15, 20 years, a lot longer than me. You know, I told them, I said, you should know better. If we get a decent rain and you have backed off to mowing them once every 2 weeks or once every 3 weeks and cutting them high, a good week and a half after we get some nice, good soaking rain, those lawns will start to come back. But if you keep beating them down, it isn't going to happen. Well, we did end up getting our fair share of rain. It started about second or third week in August, and we just had a very wet fall. So I was busy as busy could be this fall, and my lawns were all coming back nice and dark green and thick again. And a lot of those lawns, even up till well, today's December 1st, even up till a week ago, 2 weeks ago, there was still a lot of brown areas in those lawns that I watched those guys just beat down. So, you know, they either lose the money then or they lose it in the long run, and a bunch of them aren't going to have those lawns next year because the customers are going to be pissed. They mow dust every day. But anyway, enough on that. This is going to be strictly a mowing video. This house just sold about a month ago. It's right across the street, well, diagonally across the street from my house. Mine's the blue one you see over there where my truck is. But so I've been taking care of the leaves for the new owner that hasn't moved in yet, but he had stopped and asked me to keep it mowed down and the leaves taken care of. And this one here is my front yard and then my neighbor's. So the one across the street and the white one you see over there that my yard connects to, those are both actual customers. So technically I get paid to mow my own yard every week. It's pretty nice. Before anybody comments, I know in that last yard you could really tell my vac system wasn't picking up every leaf. When you run the vac system like this, you're supposed to run the high lift blades or the super high lift blades, which I have and I usually do. But right now I have the exterminator blades on there, which is Scag's, or the eliminator blades, which is Scag's own version of gator blades. And over the years I've used many different types of gator blades. Hands down, these blades make regular gators, G6 and G5s, all the other gator blades. These blades make those gator blades look like garbage. They just do a phenomenal job. But that is what's on the mower right now because I've been doing a lot of mulching, and when you're mowing leaves and you got a lot of leaves to deal with, like you guys saw the pictures yesterday when I run the Terra King bags on the back of my mowers, it's nice to mulch them blades up before they hit that blower system. It keeps things from clogging up. There's some areas where they're real thick. I raise the deck up all the way and I mow over them with the baggers on. And then after I get the bulk off, then I'll drop the deck down and mow over it again to clean up any of the little pieces. But it makes a big difference. When you run the high lifts on there like that, it does an amazing job of sucking up everything that's on that grass. And sometimes it just overloads the blower and you start to get clogged up. The 8-inch tube that comes on these bagging systems, I've never had the tube clog. It's always been right after the turbine where it starts to go in the tube, and that's from overloading it, the deck just overloading it and pushing massive amounts of material through there. That's what causes it. But anyway, so with doing leaves and everything, those are the blades I have on here. If I had the high lifts on here, you wouldn't see anything on this lawn. It'll literally suck everything right up off the lawn. But anyway, so this is just a little bit of mowing, just doing final cut on these. I'm trying to take it easy here. My yard is pretty soft. There's some areas that hold water, and I've just never had time to level it out. But just doing a final cut on these lawns. Things are actually finally starting to wind down. I did my end of the month billing yesterday, which took like 3.5 hours. Definitely not my favorite thing to do at the end of each month, but I sent all my customers the same letter that I send them every year around this time. Told them all that I've gone through the list and done final cuts on all the properties I thought needed it. If anybody wants another cut before the season is officially closed out, feel free to get a hold of me and I'll be more than happy to come and take care of it. Other than that, I will contact you in the spring. And that's how I do them all. I sent those emails out last night with all the invoicing, and I only had 2 call me and say, not a big deal, but if you want, you're more than welcome to do a final cut. So as long as the weather holds out, I will go and do that. Why not? You know, it's a little bit extra money right at the end of the season. The weather is, the last couple days it's been in the 60s. It's been phenomenal. I've been so happy with it. It's been nice out working. Today was 41 with about 18 to 19 mile an hour winds. You can see the stuff blowing across the driveway right there. And I'll tell you what, it felt like it was 30. I have my winter hat on, I have my winter Carhartt coat on, and gloves on, and it's cold. It's the wind that blows right through you. But so I'm just doing a little bit of mowing here. I know some people have asked me to see me mow with this new Tiger Cat I got this year. I've been very happy with it. A lot of mixed reviews I have found on YouTube. People either love the Tiger Cat or they hate it. I have not had one issue. No issues at all, and I get some pretty demanding stuff up here where I live in the north. It's hard to find reviews for equipment up here. A lot of people I watch, they live in the west or down south, and it's just a totally different world from lawn care up here in the north. Spring and fall, our yards, the non-fertilized yards, grow 6 inches a week in between cuts. Like nothing. I mean, that's nothing out of the ordinary. That's just the way it is. Most of the lawns are thick. You're doing a lot of cutting wet grass. You don't have a choice unless you start at 10, 11 o'clock every day after it dries out, and in that case, you're not going to get anything done. So we're pretty much forced to cut wet grass. I obviously don't cut if it's soaking wet or sopping ground because I'm not going to tear up somebody's yard, but you're forced in the spring and the fall to deal with some wet grass. And hands down, out of all the mowers I've owned, I think my Exmarks have performed the best as far as discharging grass, but I really don't worry about it that much. Anything that I discharge, if I have to go over it twice and double cut parts of it, then that's just what I do. You know, I cut it down at the height that I want it at, and then if I need to, I raise the deck up all the way and I go back over it again fast. And I've never had a problem getting rid of anything that was left there with this mower. And I absolutely refuse to leave grass laying on people's lawns, so it hasn't been a problem with this one or the Freedom Z. I've run into those instances a lot less when I had the 52 Exmark Vantage and the Laser Z Exmark zero turn, but it's really it's not enough to make up my mind to stay with Exmark. These 2 Scag zero turns I bought the Freedom Z brand new last year, as most of you should know, and then I bought this Tiger Cat a couple months ago brand new, and I have zero complaints or zero regrets thinking that I should have went with a different brand. I love them, and I feel very confident in the money that I've spent. But when the grass is really thick, I'm pretty much bagging everything anyway. 90% of my properties I can dump on site, so it's not a big deal. Only some of them I have to actually take it with me. So for the little bit that I have to throw the baggers up in the bed of the truck, and you know, it's a dump truck, so I just dump it right out. Those of you that watched my video yesterday saw in the end that I do have new plans for the new bed on the back of that dually. I'll tell you this much, it will still be a dump truck. It's just going to be different. Different size, different style, and much, much better. But you'll see that. You'll see that when I start building. I actually went and picked up a bunch of steel for it today, early this morning. But anyway, so that's my opinions on the mowers, and this is just a little bit of mowing. A lot of guys have asked if I'll be making plowing videos again this year. I've answered most of you back, but the answer to that is yes, I will definitely be making plowing videos. And I don't know, they claim we were supposed to get pounded with snow already. I'm in no hurry for it. I would rather do this than push snow any day of the week. They claim we're going to be pretty decent weather till about the middle of December, and then it's all going to drastically change, and then it's going to start getting bad. So I guess we'll see what happens. You guys will know once I start getting the snow, because the videos will pop up. Those are much easier to make. I can put a dash or a camera on the dash and just go, or I tripod in the corner of a parking lot and just turn it on and go. It seems to be a lot easier than filming them this time of year, but I'm trying, guys. Bear with me, and thanks for watching.